Simulation video notes. Suppose in a certain population, it is known that 70% of the people wear their seatbelts. Suppose we randomly select 15 people from this population. How many of these people might be wearing their seatbelts? Conduct 3 trials by simulation and state your conclusion about how many people out of 15 do we expect to wear their seatbelts. The first step in the simulation process is to describe how you will use a random number table to conduct this simulation. We need to choose digits to represent the 2 possible outcomes. 70% wear their seatbelts, which means that 30% do not. For 70%, I need to choose digits that will equal 70%. So I will choose the digits 0 through 6 to represent a person wearing their seatbelt. That is 7 digits out of 10, or 70%. For the people not wearing their seatbelt, I will choose the digits 7, 8, and 9. Those 3 digits out of 10 give me 30% who are not wearing their seatbelts. Now I will show 3 trials by clearly labeling the random number table given below, and then I will specify the outcome of each trial. So for trial number 1, I'm going to look at the first digit of the table. It is a 1. Above, I said a 1 was someone wearing their seatbelt. So I'm going to circle number 1 as being someone who wore their seatbelt. The second digit is a 0. That also is a person wearing their seatbelt. I will circle that one. 2 is also a person wearing their seatbelt. And so is 4, and so is 2. So the first 5 people were all wearing their seatbelt, since their numbers were in between 0 and 6. The sixth person is also wearing their seatbelt, because they are a 5. 0 is wearing their seatbelt, 6 is wearing their seatbelt. 9 is the first person to be in the non-seatbelt category. The next person's a 2, they're wearing their seatbelt. Next person's a 1, they're wearing their seatbelt. And now if you look at the table, the next person's an 8, a 9, a 7, and a 7. All 4 of those are in our non-seatbelt category. I have now looked at 15 digits, which represents the 15 people that I am surveying. So now I simply count how many were wearing their seatbelt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 10 seatbelts in my first 15 people. Now we'll move on to trial 2. Again, we start with the first digit. That person's an 8, which means they are not wearing their seatbelt. The next 2 people are both 1s. They are in our seatbelt category. 8 is not a seatbelt. 3 is. 4 is wearing their seatbelt. 8 is not. 5, 5, and 4 are all wearing their seatbelts. 6 is wearing their seatbelt. 0 is wearing their seatbelt. 8 is not. 0 is wearing their seatbelt. 9 is not. So now again, I've surveyed my 15 people. I count how many people were wearing their seatbelts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again. And now I will conduct trial 3. The first person in my trial is a 0. They are wearing their seatbelt. The next person is a 6. They are wearing their seatbelt. 7 means no seatbelt. 6 is a seatbelt. 5 is a seatbelt. 6 is a seatbelt. 7 is not. 0 is a seatbelt. 4 is a seatbelt. 1 is a seatbelt. 2 is a seatbelt. 0 is a seatbelt. 4 is a seatbelt, 7 and 9 are not. I've gone through 15 digits, so my trial is over. I now count how many people were wearing their seatbelts. This time I got 11 seatbelts. So now I have conducted my 3 trials. I will now combine the results of the 3 trials to state my conclusion. In trial 1, 10 people were wearing their seatbelts. In trial 2, 10 people were wearing their seatbelts. And in trial 3, there were 11. I will find the average of my 3 trials. So my conclusion would be that on average, I would find 10 people, or 10 and a third people, wearing their seatbelts when I look at 15 people from this population.